Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video, which is an update to my planning to pan list. I like to look at this list at the mid-year point. I'm a little bit past the mid-year, but I do want to take a second and refresh it a bit because I'm about to hit a really big month in my project pan and I would like a few more options to add to my planning to pan list. Before we get into that, I hope all of you are doing well. How are you? What's going on? Leave me a comment below. Some things happening in my life. I think I mentioned in my last video, my son started kindergarten this week, which is crazy. I can't believe I have a kid that's in kindergarten, but he's thriving so far. He's enjoying it, wanting to go back every day, which I think is a testament to the fact that he is liking it. I'm drinking my half-calf coffee out of this giant mug. I love a big mug because I froth creamer and put it in, and I need a big mug to fit the coffee and the creamer in. So I got this one recently and I think it's so cute. And it's perfect size for me. I am in the midst of marathon training. My marathon is in October, and so I am definitely in the grinding zone. I'm gonna peak in like mid-September, which means we are just building up mileage, and I'm feeling it this week for sure. But I keep telling myself you have like a month and a half left of like true grinding in terms of like training, and then we're gonna put it all to the test come race day. So I'm just like, I'm figuring it out for the next month and a half, and then I am so excited to just be able to chill out after this marathon and just like run when I want and take rest days when I want and not have to work out every day, not have to have everything so scheduled. So that's gonna be really nice. It kind of reminds me of like my wedding, where it was like all this build up, all this work, like planning for my wedding all the time. And then we went on our honeymoon and I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm so happy that we're married, but I'm also so happy that I don't have to plan a wedding anymore. And that's kind of how I'm feeling about this marathon. We have that going on. And then the last thing that I want to mention, because I think it's so funny, I was putting on this like little shirt today. I have like a tank underneath, and I was cracking up to myself because this shirt is probably like 20 years old, maybe a little bit less than 20 years, but it is up there in age, and it is from Forever 21, which, like, if you're a millennial and you used to shop at Forever 21, you know that nothing from there lasted. This has held up throughout the years. I still think it's a really cute piece. I am wearing it to work, so I'm like proud of myself to have something. It's like vintage at this point, which I have been shopping vintage recently, which has been fun. There is a vintage store in my town that I went to, and I bought a few pieces that have been upcycled, so just fun. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about my planning to pan. So if you're unfamiliar, at the end of last year, I created a list of 10 products that I wanted to pan this year. I think at the goal would be to finish all of these 10 products, but at the very least, I wanted to roll all 10 products into my project pan. All but one have either been completed or rolled into a project pan. So I have one product, which is my OG complexion stick, that is obviously not finished, and it has not yet been rolled into my project pan. So this is something I do need to consider getting into my project pan. And then the only other thing on here that's kind of like a want is I had my Clinique Black Honey lipstick in my project pan, but unfortunately I lost it. So that's the only other one on this list. But I have so far finished 2 products on the list: the Tartsy Hydroflex Serum Foundation and the One Size On Till Dawn Setting Spray. I'm not gonna talk about these very much, but I have 3 products in my current project pan that are very close to being done. I'm hoping that in my next update, I'll be able to say that some or all of them are. So that will bring my total of being completed to 5. If I'm able to hit those. And then currently then what would be left on the list, in addition to all the ones that I've talked about, are my Marc Jacobs bronzer, which is currently in my project pan, my Merit blush in the shade Stockholm, which is in my Shop My Stash project pan. So this is not in my regular project pan yet, but this would be something that I would expect to move in. I guess my numbers at the beginning were wrong. There's 2 that haven't been rolled into a project pan. I was thinking I just rolled this into my Shop My Stash project pan, and I was thinking that that is one and the same, but it's not. Moving on. My Urban Decay highlight in the shade Sin is currently in my project pan. And then that's it. I think I've covered everything. So what I would like to do is add a few more products to this list for me to have options to select from. So when I do finish a product in my project pan, what I like to do is come back to this list, take a look and see what's on here, and then select something from that. And really the only options that I have right now, like I said, are these two, and this is in my Shop My Stash project pan where I'm gonna get hopefully some usage on it and then be able to roll it in. So I would like to give myself a few more options of what I could potentially roll in. And so I have 3 new products that I would like to add to my planning to pan list. The first one I feel like is obvious if you've been watching like my Shop My Stash project pans, and that's my CoverGirl Clean Fresh Powder. I recently hit pan on this in my Shop My Stash project pan, and there's just some good usage on this product already in general. And I feel like this one would be an easy one to roll into my project pan and finish up. There's not a ton left in here really, I don't think. And yeah, it would just be good to get some good usage on this. And then the next 2 products are actually lip products, which for me, I feel like lip products can be very difficult to finish, but these 2 I am feeling optimistic about. I don't know if I'll get them done this year, but I would love to roll them into a project pan and get some usage on them. This I feel like I could totally get done this year. The lip products I'm not so confident about, especially like timing on when they would actually get rolled in. But the first one that I would love to pan is this little mini lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury. This is in the shade Pillow Talk 2. Obviously there's not a ton of product in here. Now, bullet lipstick in general takes me forever. I've only finished like 1 or 2, I think, ever. This makes me feel optimistic that I could at least see some good progress on this lipstick over the next several months. So that's one that I would love to roll in. Plus I feel like the shade, it's the Pillow Talk 2 shade, so it's a little bit deeper, which I think would look really nice as we head into fall and winter. So that is something that I feel like, okay, it's not a full-blown product, right? Like it's this mini product. So that makes me feel a little bit more comfortable rolling it in, because when I've rolled lipsticks in the past, they've had a lot more progress on them. And then I also rolled, as you know, the Clinique Black Honey lipstick, which while it didn't have as much progress, it had some, and plus that lipstick was very easy to like layer up and use like way more of. And so that was one of the reasons why I had originally rolled that in before I lost it on a trip. And then I also have my Il Makiage Carly Bible collab lip gloss in the shade Twilight. So this is a really pretty lip gloss because it has a ton of shimmer in it. And I just think would look really good like layered over lipstick or some sort of lip stain. I'm wearing a similar one in that this one, the one I'm wearing, is from in my Shop My Stash project pan right now, and this is Patrick Ta, She's an Influencer, and this is similar in that like when you pull this out, like there's a ton of like glitter and shimmer in the gloss itself. I think this one has a little bit more of like a purple hue, and the glitter is a little bit more apparent in this one, so this one might be a little bit harder to work with, but this is also an older one in my collection. And I'm feeling very confident that I'm gonna have an empty soon on the Fenty lip gloss that I'm working on. And I thought since this is an older lip gloss in my collection, it would be good to get some usage on this one. Unfortunately, it's gonna be really hard to tell the progress on this lip gloss because you can't really see it. So I'm just gonna have to like look in and figure it out that way. But I think there is still plenty of lip gloss in this product because I have not used a ton of it over the years. And so there'll be lots to work from. But those are the 3 products that I am thinking about putting on my list. I kind of went through the rest of my collection and I feel like I don't have anything else that has enough progress on it that it would make sense to roll in. And I don't feel like super confident about the progress on these, but I feel like these kind of make sense for me to work on because this one's a bit older. This one, there's not a ton of product, but across everything else, I don't feel like I have a ton of usage on some of these other products, and so like I wasn't gonna set myself up for failure by rolling them in. I also thought that maybe I should roll in a setting spray, but then I was like, I'm finishing up the setting sprays that I had in my collection that I already had a good amount of usage on, and everything else in terms of setting sprays are relatively new, and I didn't want to make myself for the rest of the year just focus on one of those. I kind of want to spread that out, try all of the new setting sprays that I got at the end of last year, and then going into next year, once I've made some progress across some of them, maybe pick a couple that I would like to finish. I think that goes to say, like, I feel like my collection is getting more and more curated every single year because I don't have a ton of things that I'm like, oh, I need to roll this in and finish it up, which is a great feeling. And so I'll be curious as we like head into next year, like what my planning to pan list is going to be, because I don't think it's like, I don't have this extensive list of products that I need to pan anymore because I have been panning so consistently for the last several years. So definitely let me know how you guys think about your planning to pan list and selecting new products for your project pan. I think this is a really fun way and like makes things super simple and less complicated when it comes to selecting new products to roll in. It's also fun to like think through like what I would love to see get panned or at least rolled into a project. I feel like it also helps set me up for next year so that when I am thinking about like what I am going to work on next year, if I've made progress on some of these but didn't finish them, that I have a good opportunity for that. I hope you all enjoyed this video, just getting to talk through what's new on my list and how everything else is going. I'm feeling very happy with the progress that I am making this year and really excited to share with you all next month's update so you can see how well things are going, and hopefully we'll get some new roll-ins into my project pan. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I hope all of you are doing well and staying safe, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye.